everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today I'm going to do an open tag response to Jerry over at Big J's Knives, and we're going to be doing the very best and the very worst pocket knives and EDC gear of 2023. Now I will say at the start, I don't have that many things that I would class as the worst of 23. I was quite picky. Things I wasn't sure about, I thought I might not like, I just didn't pick up. And then things I thought I really would like, I did pick up. Some of those things turned out to be a bit of a letdown, so I've put those in that sort of didn't like category. But we'll jump right into it. I've got a lot of stuff to show you guys today, because there's been a lot of things. I couldn't really whittle it down to anything less than what I've got now. I've pretty much picked the very best and a couple of things I wasn't that hot on. So we'll jump right in and start with the first one. This is a Rough Rider Stockman. This is one of the ones I wasn't that hot on. And it's not even really because of the fit and finish. That's great. I love the blade steel, nice, thin, really slicey blades. It's obviously it's VG10, it's the RR2102. It was mainly the scales on this. Aluminium with this sort of like painted cover on there. I've seen a lot of reviews where it's chipping off. I very rarely use mine. You can see it's chipped off here. And it's very slippery in the hand. And don't get me wrong, if you wanted to use it like a nice sort of gentleman's carry knife, I guess that you could use it for that. The blade steel is great, the action's great. It's just the scales that don't do it for me. So that's the first one in ones I didn't like of 23. It's this Rough Rider sort of black and blue VG10 Stockman. Another one I wasn't really that keen on. I love the pattern. It's a canoe. I know this might shock you, but it's the Queen sort of red synthetic canoe. And again, it's what it looks like to me is what doesn't sell it for me. It's the fact that the canoe pattern, for the elongated bolsters that cover the tangs, and you can see on this, it just doesn't do that. Again, the fit and finish is pretty good, tiny gap really, everything's great. Even the blade steel's good, it's 440C. It's just things like that. I would be expecting the canoe to have the tangs covered. Another thing on this one I wasn't so hot on is the grind is way wobbly on this side. See, it's really high here and quite shallow down here. Other than that, it's a perfectly great knife, and it's just me on my preferences and my personal taste. Nothing wrong with the knife, it'll work perfectly. It's just one of those ones that annoyed me a little bit when it arrived. The shield's also a little bit proud. But apart from that, perfectly serviceable knife. But another one, it's just on sort of aesthetic appearance. So that is the smooth synthetic canoe. And to be honest, really, this is the only other one I could think of or find in my collection that I wasn't a massive fan of 23. And that is the Bear & Sons Farmhand. And again, same reason as the Rough Rider Stockman. These scales are way too slippery to be using it as a farm knife. Along with that, you can't really take the pocket clip off without sort of making the back spring loose. And the retention on it is ridiculous just because of how small it is. Apart from that, it's got a really nice stainless steel blade. The grind's quite high, but it came razor sharp out of the box. And this, of course, this is USA made, being a Bear & Son. Fit and finish, pretty good. Spring sticks up a little bit. It's mainly for me, it's how slippy that handle is. And I think if you've got wet hands and you're doing piercing cuts, your hand is just going to slide straight down that handle onto the blade. And I just think it's a bit unsafe to use, really. But as an American-made knife, as part of the collection, it won't go anywhere. It's just a shame that they didn't sort of texturize it a bit more, maybe gone for a grippier material. So that's the Bear & Sons Farmhand. So that's pretty much it for the three I wasn't that hot on. Got quite a lot of stuff now that I really enjoyed this year. So I'm going to start with some EDC gear, move to some slips, and then I think we'll finish up with some knives. I think that sounds pretty good. So I'm going to go with my favourite torch of the year, and this is the Olight Warrior Nano. This was November's, I think, and this was fantastic. I love this thing. Love the pocket clip. Love the grip on the side, really grippy. You have obviously the on the EDC mode, and you also have the tactical mode on the back. It has the magnetic style charger, where it just snaps to the bottom, starts charging straight away, no need to plug in. It also came with like a magnetic bracket, which I have sort of stuck to the side of my EDC display, and this just magnetizes to the bottom of it and just hangs in my sort of knife area, and it's just good to go whenever I'm ready to go out. But I just really love the black with the blue bezel as well. It's a great bit of kit. Of course, it's got the brim and the cap brim and the pocket clip there too. So that's the Olight Warrior Nano. Next up, we'll go for what I've got on my keys, and this has been pretty much the majority of the year. They've pretty much remained the same. They've always had a torch a 58mm sack on them. Recent acquisition though is the Awanata. Had that a couple months. Pretty much it's going to live on my keys. It's fantastic. Great bit of kit. Love the D2 blade on it. It's one I didn't think I would enjoy, but it's been a part of my main carry for. I've also got a blue one, so I've got two. It's been a part of my main carry for maybe 2 to 3 months. Action on it's fantastic for a little knife. It's got at least a 7 pull on a snap. D2 blade, nice little Warncliffe, and that nice like elongated tab on the back to put it on your keys. Along with that, my favourite 58mm sack this year is the Rambler. It's like a slimmed down version of the Mini Champ. So you get scissors on there. You have the sort of mini screwdriver with the nail file. And then we've also got that great tool with the 3D Phillips, the wire stripper and the cap lifter. And of course that 3D Phillips is magnetized too. The tweezers and the toothpick, and of course the nice little main blade on there. And one of the things I love this compared to the 58mm ones, the main blade pivot is the other end to the keyring. Sometimes it's this end and that kind of bugs me. But this one round, I've got no problem holding the rest of my keys in my hand and using the knife. Great design. Love this one. Rambler. And then my favourite keyring torch is this little Olight here. It's the IR2 Pro. Of course, this is the one with the 2 light modes. It also unscrews and it's like this spring. And you can recharge it here with a USB 3. But it's got the 2 light modes, so you just twist, low beam, and then twist a bit further, and then you get the high beam. Really great torch. Use this loads, walking the dog, out early in the mornings, looking for the key slot when I'm putting my key in at night time. Really great. So that's what I got on my keys I've had for the majority of the year. Next up, I think we'll move into some Swiss Army knives. This is going to be in no particular order. It's literally in the order I'm going to grab them. So one of my favourites this year is the Winter Magic 23. This, of course, is the Cadet. I don't think I really need to explain why this is one of my favourites. Just look at the scales and the texture and the work done on these. Milled out from solid bits of aluminium. Really great pattern as well, the Cadet. 100% a safe queen for me. It lives in the box. I don't want to damage those scales. I mean, look at those. I think definitely the best one they've released. Of course, you get the standard opening layer on this. And then instead of the pen blade, you get the file on the back. Absolutely wonderful thing from Victorinox. That is the Winter Magic 23. Another favourite sack, 93mm this time, is another A-Lox. It's the Pioneer X. This is the red limited edition. Honestly, it's too hard for me to pick a favourite Victorinox of the year. Got so many. That for its looks, this for its functionality. Got a really nice main blade on there. Scissors, the opening layer as well. That punch on the back and that really durable red vibrant scales too. Another great one. If you've not picked up a Pioneer X, really urge you to grab one. It's probably the best sort of urban carry for like all around, I would say. Pioneer X. So we'll move into some sort of slips now, which I've got some sacks in still, because these are my main 2 sort of carry slips. We'll start out with the Viper Aid VE15. Has been my main pocket cap pouch or slip for the year. I've had it since maybe June, and I'd say 90% of the time I've carried this. Really great. You get the 2 pouches here, slips I would say, smaller one on the right hand side, larger one on the left. This sort of strap at the front, Velcro on the back, and then I would normally store my debit cards and things in the back. So it sort of doubles as a wallet as well. Excellent bit of kit. 2 knives in here that I will show off as well. The 91mm companion, of course, with that new tool they showed with this one. It's the sort of a package opener, pretty much based on the Climber, just with that little tool there and the plus scales. But again, fantastic. Love carrying this one. Another one I carry very often. Also love the design of the sort of Live to Explore range. This is the New York. Great colour combination. 91mm companion. And then in there I had this Case Medium Stockman. It's the 44 pattern. This is one I picked up at Sharp Show. See the classic medium Stockman pattern. I've obviously restored this a little bit. Didn't want to lose the patina, so I've left a lot on there. You can see there we've got the 6344 pattern, sheep's foot, clip point blade, all in great working order. And then we have that pen blade on there too. Fantastic knife. So the slip as well, the VE15. Running out of room here. Another slip I've been carrying a lot is this Shire Supply dual sort of pouch. Shire Supply Company, big shout out to them. Check out my description, there's a 15% discount off for them. They do some fantastic work. This is of course in the chestnut with the natural stitching. 2 knives in there and my pen, which I've carried every day since I've had it. Beaten up, used, abused, just keeps going. Great little bolt action pen. Either lives in the side of the pouch here, so I would sort of have it tucked in like this, or while I'm carrying this like I have today, it just like sort of clips on the side there, sits in the middle between the two, doesn't make any extra bulk. Another 91mm sack, big favourite, is this Blade Bridge Custom Compact. You see you have his logo on here, his custom edge, which is screaming sharp. Everything standard for a compact. Just had the corkscrew replaced with the Phillips screwdriver. And of course these nice micarta scales with the plus pen in there too. Again, another Sharp Show purchase. Oldtimer 34 OT, USA made. Been a big hit on my USA made knives and older knives this year. Especially the Stockmans. I picked up loads and loved every single one of them. This one was in not the best shape, but I've polished it up, cleaned it up, and it's nearly factory fresh, and it's one I carry a lot. Love this thing. 34 OT. Pop that on top of here. Down to the last sort of couple, and I say couple, there's still loads left. Let's go with this one, a gift from Thrifty Kniffy. This is the Ocean Wave series of Rough Rider. This is, of course, is the canoe. Horseshoe tang stamp. China on the back there. Absolutely beautiful knife. Horseshoe tang stamp again. One of my favourite series Rough Rider released. Just look at the scales on that, it really moves in the light. An absolutely beautiful example of it. Ocean Wave canoe. Next up, another one from Rough Rider. Arctic Fox sort of medium stockman. This one really took my attention. This is when I felt that Rough Rider really turned the corner up in their game on the fit and finish. This one is absolutely immaculate. Look at the back springs. That really beautiful white micarta with the black fox shield. Of course, this is as well when the R went off the bolsters. That really nice 440A steel blades, satin finished. Half stops, great action. Nice sheep's foot blade on there too. And of course, finally the spay blade. Excellent product from them. If you haven't picked up one of these, recommend it. It's a fantastic knife. Next up, we'll go with another gift from John. This is one I really appreciate him sending over. I don't know how he found this. This is an Abalone Rough Rider Sowbelly Stockman. You can see there, it's a really older design. You've got Rough Rider there as an etch, and the really old Rough Rider, what does it say, Cutlery Company underneath, tested sharp, no half stops. They actually stamped 440 razor sharp steel into the tang rather than it being etched on. Another great find from him and a great gift from an awesome friend. I'm really running out of space here. Beaver Creek Barlow, one I picked up recently, but a great bit of kit. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. If you watched my review on this, it came out the other day. Loved it. Love the knife. Love the design. Love the blade steel. Pretty much, it's a near perfect knife for me. Only a few minor things I'd probably change with it, but for a working knife, excellent. Love it. We also have another favourite this year, the Twisted Assisted Sheffield Barlows. These, of course, were made by Arthur Wright and Sons. We have the Made in Sheffield tang stamp here. C75 carbon steel. Got this natural micarta on there. Really nice sort of bulbous swell end on this Barlow. Great strong pull. Really comfortable in the hand. I mean, like, stupidly comfortable. And listen to the snap. That literally bite your finger off if it got caught in there. Definitely about an 8 to a 9 pull on that. Buck 301 Stockman, another favourite of me this year. Would I have liked the pull to be a little bit stronger on this? Yes, 100%. But it's a USA made buck with that 440 HC steel. And look at the clip point blade. Most attractive clip point blade of the year for me. From that sort of sabre ground into the hollow grind there. razor sharp again out of the box, holds an edge amazing for 420. Another great addition to my collection, one that I'll never leave. And then down to the final three. Coke Bottle Jack, the Black Appaloosa. This is probably really close to being Knife of the Year. I think I may just edge it out with the Beaver Creek Barlow, but this one, absolutely beautiful. Wonderful series from Rough Rider. Great fit and finish. Beautiful bone. That really nice shield on there too. The half thin's perfect. 440A steel. Wonderful clip point, really comfortable in the hand. And quite a unique secondary blade on this for a jackknife. We have a little coping blade. See that on there? Wonderful. Definitely pick one of these up. Available on Heine right now. Last two. This is definitely going to be my top two, and they're going to be in the correct order for my top two. It was quite a hard decision at the end, but this is what I went for. So number two, second favourite this year, Tony Bowes Case Sowbelly Stockman in that ebony wood. Got the Bowes signature script on the blade, pretty much new old stock from 2012. You can see you have that wonderful sheep's foot blade on there too, along with the spade blade. Propeller shield, as new out of the box, never been sharpened, never been used. I mean, just look at the wood on the back of there. Absolutely outstanding. And then my favourite purchase this year, new old stock Oldtimer 80T. Might not be a huge surprise to many of you if you're familiar with my channel, but really love this knife. Never been used, never been sharpened, stropped, nothing. Came in the box, all original paperwork. My favourite knife of this year, and it'll continue being one of my favourites. So good, I actually bought two, one as a user and one to keep nice, and this is the one to keep nice. So there we go, guys. Really hope you enjoyed sort of the best and worst of 2023. No, it's a very long video, so anyone that stayed to the end, I really appreciated it. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.